Here are my top 10 books of 2025 so far. Hi, my name is Talia, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss my favorite reads of 2025 thus far. We're going to talk about my favorite reads from the first 6 months of 2025, Q1, Q2, so everything I've read through June 30th. So I've read about maybe 105 books, and these are my 10 favorites. Because you're watching this YouTube video, thank you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to give you 5 additional favorite reads of the first half of 2025. Book titles and authors are listed in the caption. And don't forget to let me know your favorite reads of the year thus far in the comments. Today, Thursday, July 24th, I want you to head over to Instagram. Talia Cadet is my handle. I am interviewing Sharifa Stevens about her debut book. It's a devotional called When We Talk to God, Prayers and Poems for Black Women. We're talking at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. It's going to be an hour-long lunchtime chat. We're going to talk about her debut book and how much I've been loving it. I got this book from the publisher back in March, and it's been a staple ever since. It's a devotional, yes. You know, I'm a heathen, but I do accept Christ as my Lord and Savior. I am a little wretched. But I've been leaning on this book a lot, especially given, you know, everything I'm going through with my dad right now. And this book is just so on point. There are prayers for all types of stuff: good hair days, brunch, alopecia, miscarriage, aging parents, imposter syndrome, all the things that I think a lot of us can relate to. And when I say us, it's because I know the majority of my audience is Black women. So I really want you to tune in today. It's the only time I'm going live for a couple of weeks. So if you just want to see me talking live, today, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, Instagram. See you there. So this is not a ranking. This is going to be in alphabetical order based on author name. So like first letter and the author name, because not everyone I read goes by first name, last name. First book, The Other Side of Fame by D. Rose. Y'all have heard me talk about this book. Okay. Y'all have heard me talk about this book. I talked about this the month I read it. It's been in a couple lists. It's been in the Step Zaddy list. It's been in the music industry romance list. Y'all have heard me talk about this book. I am such a fan. This is a music industry romance. This is a stepdaddy romance. And our MMC and our FMC are both in the music industry. Our MMC is a seasoned rapper. Our FMC is a newish R&B singer. You know, her debut was overshadowed by some baby daddy drama. So she has a lot to prove for her sophomore project. So yeah, these two, you know, they're running in the same circles, in the same orbit. They become friends and then they become lovers. This book is so beautifully written. Chef's kiss. Next book is Roulette by Madam by Gray Huffington. This is book 4 in the Gray list. If anything, book 5 came out, I want to say end of June, early July. I've already read Rome. You'll hear about Rome during my July reading wrap up. Really, really enjoyed Rome. But Roulette, I think for me, this was the most anticipated book in the series. Just given how Roulette was written in chemistry in books 2 and 3, I'm like, I cannot wait for Roulette, and I cannot wait for the man that Gray Huffington crafts for Roulette, because Roulette is a whole lot of woman. And she definitely did it justice. Next book is High Functioning. Let me get the title right. Overcome Your Hidden Depression and Reclaim Your Joy by Dr. Judith Joseph. Yes, it's a nonfiction. It's a self-help. And you know, we don't do a lot of nonfiction over here. I do love memoirs. And I do love learning about history. But to say that I'm a nonfiction girly, that's no. But this book really has been transformative in my life. I've talked about how I know Dr. Judith in real life. We met last year during CBC. TikTok held a CBC reception for like 20 creators. We met at this TikTok reception and we started talking. She's like, I am, the internet's favorite psychiatrist. She didn't say that, but that's what it is. And I'm writing my first book. It's going to be out in April. And I'm like, oh, I'm a book talker. So we connected when she did her tour for High Functioning. She came to DC. I emceed that book tour stop here in DC. Anyways, I think for me, what really grabbed me is the idea that I definitely have high functioning depression, right? We know what depression is, but high functioning depression is its own thing. And as I started reading this book, I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what's happening. And I think my HFD has really been at its highest levels because I'm doing a lot. Reading this book has definitely helped with coping and strategies to not let this overwhelm me. So I definitely recommend this. This is probably the only self-help book I'll really recommend. We're not going to do too much more of that over here. Next book is Cant Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. This is book 3 in the Skyland series. I have a separate dedicated video reviewing this book from maybe February or March. I got to read an advanced copy, and in the review I talk about how there is not a book character I see myself more in than Hendrix Berry. I have not read a book character who I see myself this fully in, right? Other than being rich and having a rich boyfriend who loves her, we're the same person. We're these plus size, badass chicks, child free by choice. I talked about how Alzheimer's has devastated my family, both sides. So it's a disease I'm very familiar with. I'm very familiar with how caretaking looks when your loved one has Alzheimer's and or dementia. Like it is, Hendrix is me. And I am she. Next book is Zeal by Morgan Jerkins. This is a historical fiction, domestic fiction, Southern fiction, multi-generational family epic. Really, really love this book. Morgan Jerkins is a phenomenal writer, and this is her latest release. We're a couple of years removed from slavery. This book is primarily set in Mississippi, Louisiana. We have a little bit of a stint. Is it Kansas or Kentucky? Don't remind me. And then we make it all the way to modern day Harlem. Okay, so a journey. If you're a fan of Jesmyn Ward, if you liked Philip B. Williams's Hours, if you've read Deneen Milner, if you've read Ayanna Mathis, you will like this too. Next book is Church Girl by Naima Simone. So I've talked about this book recently because I read it in June. Baby, this is a good, quick read. Opposites attract, grumpy sunshine, nanny romance, country girl, southern girl escaping to the big city. She meets this tattoo artist. Girl is a runaway bride, by the way. It's just delicious. And Vaughn, woo! Next book is King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. Sean, you the GOAT. You goated. You GOAT status. This was so good. Our main character has to return home due to a family emergency. And baby, there's several emergencies taking place. And baby, there are several emergencies taking place. I think for anyone who has siblings are complicated. And I'm going to leave it at that. I think this is his best work. Next book is Hear My Heart by Tay Monet. I really enjoyed this. Oh, is our MMC's name Creed or Creed? Anyways, our FMC, she is deaf and she is in a relationship that does not serve her. And our MMC is the brother. It's Bible study by Tia Love. First read by the author. And baby, our sister is trying to do right. She's trying to be a saint. She's trying to be sanctified, right? Her life experiences have led her to a point where she's like, you know what? It's just me and Jesus. I'm only dating Jesus right now. Woo. And Preston, fresh out. Is he fresh out? I think he fresh out. He walked into the Bible study one day. And number 10 is Matriarch, a memoir by Tina Knowles, my good friend Tina Knowles. You've seen the picture. I'm not even going to put in the picture. Love memoirs. When I think about nonfiction, memoirs are at the top of that list. And I found this to be so refreshing. You know, there's so much curiosity and intrigue about Beyonce, about Solange, but like, what about the mama? And we literally go through Tina's entire life. I loved how she was able to talk about her entire life with such vividness and detail. And if anything, this has really put the battery in my back to like be my family historian, to really talk to my mom and my grandmother and all the women in my life. Not saying the men can't contribute, but I do think there's a thing about women and storytelling. Where are all the photos? Where are all the videos? Has everyone, just talked about their entire life, everything they remember on tape? Did they have a pecan tree in their backyard and they didn't? Because I'm Haitian, there's no pecans over there. But it's just really compelled me to really like know my family story, because I don't think I know it. As promised, here are 5 additional books exclusive to YouTube. The people on Instagram and TikTok do not know books 11 through 15 for H1 2025. Also in alphabetical order. First one is PlusSize Player. This is book 2 in Curve by Danielle Allen, who I don't think I can share yet, but me and Danielle will be in conversation soon. In person, in real life. Danielle did it once again. If anything, I'm currently listening to Broken Clocks, and everyone's been like, sister, be prepared to be wrecked. And I'm about halfway, and I'm about to be wrecked. I feel the wreckage coming. Anyways, this is Danielle Allen's second traditional. This is so good. Nina, we knew Nina was going to be a time. She got a roster, and baby, it takes a special man for you to let go of the entire roster. And I think Russell does that. You know how Danielle writes. You know how Danielle Allen writes. Okay, it's a good old spicy time. Next book is Junie by Erin, Eckstine, Crosby, another historical fiction, Southern fiction, domestic fiction. So again, if you like Zeal, if you like anything Jesmyn Ward writes, if you liked all the books I named earlier, you're going to enjoy this too. Our girl Junie, she is enslaved. Her future is in the balance, contingent on her friend, and you cannot be friends with your master's child. So I put that in quotes, when her future is TBD. This is what I love most beyond romance. The next book is The First Family. This is book 2 in Drew Collins by Granger. Y'all, have you seen the cover for book 4 in Drew Collins? And I think book 4 is an actual prequel to the first 3 books. Baby, that cover, phenomenal. I got into Granger earlier this year, and, book 1 did a lot of world building. I liked it, but it was really just like world building, like building this underworld, this underground. But in book 2, we get into the meat and the potatoes. Like, we're really in the story now. Next book is Speak, a divorce novella. This is book 2 in the Fairview Novella series by J.L. Seegars. Speak, so good. Fairview novellas are so good. Again, is still one of my favorite novellas, period. And Speak is as good, as formidable. Our MMC is going through a divorce, and our divorce lawyer is like, I'm going to take care of it on all fronts. And number 15 is Cappadonna. This is season 2 in the Delgato series by Jahquel J. This is an entire series, books 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. So 5 books in the series, but to cheat, I'm just going to put this entire series as number 15. You know how I feel about Cappadonna. I am 2 books into Capri. I think Capri 2 comes out next Tuesday. So I'll be tapped in for that. But there's just something about Cappadonna. I like Quamir. I really, really do. Y'all talk about Qasim, but Cappadonna, we're going to Islam. I'm so glad I get to use this meme like one last time. Love going to Islam. Always going to go to Islam. So yeah, y'all, that's all. Thank you for tuning in. See you for the next one. Bye.